This is York Library, the starting point of my first video, which will be to have a look at the ice sculptures that are going to be dotted around York. But I thought I'd just show you the area around the library first, because it's got some hidden corners behind it. York's a very historic city. And this is St Leonard's Hospital, built at the expense of John Romanus, who died in 1255. This building, comprising a vaulted crypt with a chapel above, formed part of St Leonard's Hospital, at one time the largest hospital in the north of England. Originally known as St Peter's, it was refounded as St Leonard's by King Stephen and dissolved in 1540. And this is a place that probably not many people come to. Just by that sign, St Leonard's Hospital. I'll turn the camera around so you can see it better. So the museum gardens, which we're very close to, is full of people. But I wonder how many people get to see this kind of hidden corner. And of course, when you're feeling overwhelmed and you come out to do your first video recording, you then realize that you can't get the microphone to work, adding to the anxiety, and can't get the gimbal to work. So this is a handheld video, but it's my first video, and first videos are often really bad. So my name's Sarah, and I've got a bad case of the overwhelms at the moment. So for me, that means anxiety and low mood. And it's very difficult to get myself motivated to do things about it. I have tried so many things. So this channel is to test out various different things and see what works, see what lifts the mood, see what dispels the anxieties. And this first video, shaky though it is me testing out getting out. It sounds such an easy thing to do, get out of the house. But often that's easier said than done. So I live in York, in England, and there is ice sculptures on display around the city today. So I'm meeting a friend and we're going to be having a look at the ice sculptures. So it's a good way to get out, and then I'll worry about whether my microphone has worked, whether I can get the gimbal to work to get steadier video recordings when I'm outside, and just give you a taste of the wonders that you can find around York. So this is what we were looking at a minute ago. And actually, without the gimbal, it's easier to show you without my face being in the way. And I think there's going to be a notice on that wall say what this area is. And it's interesting how, although it's my own city, I've lived here for years, I've walked through this area a lot and I've never noticed those graves. I've probably been seated at one of the seats, having a sandwich, and been a little bit oblivious to what's been going on around me. So if this helps you to get out and walk with me, then let me know in the comments. I'd really like to hear. And if you'd like to encourage me to make more videos about the things I do to prevent and deal with overwhelm and anxiety and low mood, then you can always subscribe and I'll treat you to some more views of York and the history around here. And this is Roman York. The city of York can trace its history back to the year AD 71, when the Roman 9th Legion arrived at the strategic spot where the rivers Ouse and Foss met and built a fortress to defend themselves against hostile locals. Initially, the fortress consisted of a ditch, an embankment made of turf and clay, a large timber fence, and timber towers and gates. The fortress was big enough to house 6,000 legionary soldiers, covering an area of about 50 football pitches. That's soccer, for those of you in America. By the 4th century AD, a visitor to York would have been met by massive stone defences which surrounded both the fortress and the large and prosperous civilian town, which had grown up on the opposite bank of the River Ouse. An important part of the fortress defences, the Multangular Tower, survives today. And the tower, the Multangular Tower, is so named because of its 10 sides. It stood at the western corner of the Roman legionary fortress and is the last surviving of 8 similar towers which protected the fortress wall. You can still see the distinctive bands of terracotta tiles which were used to decorate the Roman wall, which today continues towards Lendl. The cruciform arrow slits were added, along with the top 3 meters of stone, during work to strengthen the fortifications in the late 13th century. And archaeologists disagree on whether the Multangular Tower was built by the Emperor Septimus Severus, who made York his headquarters between AD 208 and 211, or by Constantine the Great, who was proclaimed Emperor of Rome here in York in AD 306. And those terracotta tiles, I think, you can see in this tower. And now walking back towards the library to start the ice sculpture tour. It's interesting how overwhelming all the people can be, though. And that is something I noticed. So many people around the ice sculptures. I'm not really able to find too many places of calm in central York. Let me know in the comments what you do when you're feeling overwhelmed, what helps you. And please subscribe. Thanks very much.